Hey everyone, welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Brain.
And I'm Anna. Thanks for tuning in again today. We're super excited about this episode.
That's right. Today we're going to talk about something every English learner wants to master: how to talk to anyone in English.
Yes, whether it's a stranger on the street, a colleague at work, or someone you meet online, knowing how to start and continue a conversation in English is a superpower.
And the good news is, it's not about having perfect grammar or a huge vocabulary. It's about confidence connection and using simple, natural phrases.
Exactly. In this episode, we'll walk you through real tips, sample conversations, and practical phrases you can start using right away.
So, if you ever feel nervous about starting a conversation or don't know what to say after hello, this episode is for you.
All right, are you ready? Let's jump into it and learn how to talk to anyone confidently in English.
So, Anna, let's be honest. Talking to strangers, even in our own language, can be a little scary sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. Now imagine doing it in a language you're still learning. That fear doubles. I remember when I first tried to speak Spanish in Spain. My heart was racing.
Exactly. And I think many English learners feel that way. They worry about making mistakes, forgetting words, or sounding strange.
Yes, and some people think, what if they don't understand me? Or what if I look stupid? But here's the truth. Most people are kind and happy to talk.
Right. And here's a tip: you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be brave enough to start. Most conversations begin with just a small step, a smile, a hello, or a simple question.
I love that. You don't need long sentences. Even something like, "Hi, how are you? Excuse me, is this seat taken? Nice weather today, isn't it?" These are small phrases, but they open the door to bigger conversations.
And honestly, the other person probably isn't judging you at all. They're just happy you made the effort. Most English speakers admire people who are trying to learn.
Exactly. Confidence grows when you take action, not when you wait to feel ready. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Just start.
Here's a challenge for our listeners. Today, try saying hi to someone new. Maybe the shopkeeper, your classmate, or someone online. Just that one word. Hi, and see how it feels.
Start small. 1 hello today, 2 how are you see tomorrow, and soon you'll be having full conversations.
Well said. The fear is real, but it doesn't have to stop you. We're going to show you how to break it down step by step.
Let's move on and talk about one of the best tools for starting conversations: greetings and openers. All right, let's talk about greetings, those simple words that can open any conversation.
Yes, greetings are powerful. They're like the key that unlocks the door to communication. And the best part? They're easy to learn and use.
Totally, you can say, "Hi," "Hello," "Good morning," "Hey, how's it going?" These are simple, friendly, and they work everywhere.
Exactly. And depending on the situation, you can adjust it. For example, if you're at work, you might say, "Good afternoon. How are you today?" But if you're just meeting a new friend, "Hey, nice to meet you."
Let's do a little role play, shall we?
Sure. You be the stranger, I'll be the English learner starting a conversation.
Standing at the bus stop looking at her phone.
Hi, excuse me. Do you know what time the next bus comes?
"Oh, I think it's in about 10 minutes.
Thanks. It's my first time using this route. The buses are usually on time, right? Perfect example. You greeted, asked a question, and gave a little extra to keep the conversation going. And that's the secret. Start with a greeting, then use a friendly opener based on the situation.
Yes, like in a coffee shop. "Hi, the coffee smells great here. Have you been here before?" Or in class. "Hey, do you know what page we're on?"
It's all about observation plus friendliness. Look around. Find something to comment on and smile.
And don't overthink it. Even saying, "Hi, I'm learning English, can I practice with you?" Works wonderfully. People appreciate honesty and effort.
That's such a good point. Just being open and polite can make someone feel comfortable. And from there, a real conversation begins.
So remember, the next time you meet someone new, just start with a warm greeting. It's a small step, but it creates big opportunities.
Coming up next, let's dive into small talk and how it keeps conversations flowing. All right, we've opened the conversation with a nice greeting. Now the question is, how do we keep it going?
Yes, that magical art of small talk. It's simple, friendly conversation about everyday topics. And trust me, small talk is a big deal in English-speaking cultures.
Totally. And the good news is, it's not deep or difficult. It's light, it's casual, and anyone can do it. You just need a few go-to topics.
Let's list a few common ones: the weather, hobbies or weekend plans, food and drinks, movies or shows, daily routines.
Exactly. Let's show our listeners how it works with a little demo. I'll start this time.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, Anna, how's your day going?
Pretty good, thanks. I just got back from a walk. The weather is amazing today. What about you?
Same here. It's finally sunny after all that rain. I'm thinking of going out for coffee later.
See? That's small talk, friendly, simple, and totally natural.
And here's a tip: don't stress about saying something clever. Just being interested and curious is enough.
Yes. Ask short questions to keep the conversation going. Really? Where did you go? Oh, nice. What kind of coffee do you like? That sounds fun. Do you go there often?
Also, use reaction words to show you're engaged. Wow! No way! That's cool! I didn't know that.
And here's one more thing: don't be afraid of silence. If you forget a word or pause, just smile and keep going. People are more patient than you think.
Very true. And if you ever run out of things to say, just bring it back to something simple like, "So, do you come here often? What do you usually do on weekends?"
Or even, "I'm still learning English, but I like talking to people." That line works like magic.
So to our listeners, try making small talk today. Just 2 or 3 sentences is enough to get started. It's like flexing a muscle. The more you do it, the stronger you get.
Next up, we'll show you how to ask great questions that keep the conversation flowing naturally. Okay, so we've said hello, and we've made some small talk. Now let's talk about how to keep that conversation alive and not let it die after just one sentence.
Right. One of the best ways to keep talking is by asking good questions. Not just yes or no questions, but open-ended ones.
Exactly. Instead of saying, "Do you like music?" which can be answered with just "Yes, try." "What kind of music do you like?" or "Who's your favorite singer?"
Open-ended questions invite people to share more. That gives you more material to continue the chat.
Let's try a mini demo. I'll ask you a few questions and you answer naturally. Ready?
Bring it on!
So, what do you usually do on weekends?
I usually relax, watch some movies, maybe go out with friends. You?
I love watching movies too. What's the last one you saw?
I watched The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It was inspiring. Made me want to travel.
Nice, I haven't seen that one yet. Would you recommend it?
Absolutely. It's a great mix of adventure and imagination.
See what we did there? One simple question turned into a full conversation just by being curious and showing interest.
Yes! And you don't have to prepare a list of 100 questions. Just listen to what the other person says and then ask something related.
That's called a follow-up question. For example, if someone says, "I went hiking," you can ask, "Where did you go? Was it a hard trail? Do you go hiking often?"
Also, don't forget to react naturally. Say things like, "That's awesome. I've never tried that. Sounds like fun."
Here's a super useful phrase too. "Tell me more about that." It's polite, simple, and shows interest.
So, to all our listeners, try using an open-ended question today. You might be surprised how long a conversation can go with just one good question.
Coming up next, we'll talk about something many learners forget how to talk about yourself in English.
All right, so far, we've learned how to start a conversation, make small talk, and ask great questions. But here's something just as important, talking about yourself.
Yes, because when you ask someone a question, they'll probably ask you the same thing, and you want to be ready to answer clearly and confidently.
Exactly. So let's go over a few simple ways you can talk about yourself. Start with the basics. My name is, I'm from, I live in, I work as, I'm a student. In my free time, I like.
Let's do a quick example. I'll introduce myself as if I just met someone at an English class. Hi, I'm Anna. I'm from Canada, but I live in Berlin now. I'm a language coach and I love helping people speak English. In my free time, I enjoy painting and going for long walks. What about you?
Nice. Very natural and friendly. Let me try too. Hey, I'm Brain. I'm originally from the US and I live in Tokyo right now. I teach English online and I also make videos and podcasts. In my free time, I enjoy playing guitar and trying new food.
That's great. So listeners, try to prepare a few simple sentences about yourself. Write them down, practice them in front of a mirror, or record your voice.
And don't worry about making it perfect. People aren't listening for perfect grammar. They're listening to you, your story, your personality.
Yes, just be real and friendly. That's what makes conversation work.
Now let's talk about something that happens to every learner. What to do when you don't understand what someone says.
Okay, let's be real. No matter how good your English is, there will be times when you don't understand what someone says.
Yes, and that's completely normal. Even native speakers sometimes miss a word or get confused, especially with fast talkers or accents.
The important thing is not to panic. Instead, use some polite phrases to ask for help or clarify what was said.
Let's go over some of the most useful ones. Sorry, could you say that again? I didn't catch that. What did you say? Could you please speak a little slower? What does that word mean?
All of these are polite and perfectly okay to use. People won't get annoyed, they'll usually be happy to help you.
Right? Let's try a little scene. I'll speak fast, and you interrupt me to ask for clarification. So I was walking down the block, and I ran into John, who was totally freaking out.
Sorry, what does freaking out mean?
Ah, it means he was really surprised or upset.
Got it, thanks, please continue.
That's it. No stress, just stay calm and curious.
Also, it's okay to admit that you're still learning. Try this. Sorry, I'm still learning English. Can you repeat that?
Most people will slow down or explain things simply because they respect your effort.
So remember, asking for help is not a weakness. It's a smart part of learning.
Exactly. And when you use those phrases with confidence, you actually sound more fluent, not less.
Up next, let's talk about something that makes a big difference in any conversation: body language and tone.
So, we've talked a lot about the words we use, but what about the way we say them? That's where body language and tone come in.
Yes. Even if your vocabulary is limited, your body language can say a lot. A warm smile, open posture, and eye contact, they all make you look confident and friendly.
Exactly. For example, if you say, "Hi, how are you?" while looking down at your phone with no expression, it doesn't feel very friendly, right?
Right. But if you smile, look at the person, and say it in a warm tone, it instantly builds connection.
Also, don't be afraid to use your hands a little when you speak. Natural gestures help the listener understand you better.
And speaking of tone, try to sound interested, friendly, and relaxed. Even simple phrases like "that's great" or "really" sound better with the right energy.
Let's show a quick example. I'll say the same sentence two ways. Flat tone. Nice to meet you. Warm tone. Nice to meet you.
Big difference. One sounds bored, the other sounds like you really care.
So remember, body language and tone are powerful tools. Use them well, and your English will feel 10 times more natural.
Coming up next, let's go over a few common mistakes English learners make during conversations and how to fix them. All right, brain, let's talk about some common mistakes that many English learners make when talking to new people.
Sure. The first one I see a lot is speaking too fast. Sometimes learners rush because they're nervous, but it makes it harder for others to understand.
Yes, and the opposite is also true, speaking too softly or quietly. Make sure you speak clearly and at a comfortable volume.
Another mistake is using too formal language. Sometimes people try to sound perfect by using complicated words or grammar, but it can make the conversation awkward.
Exactly. It's better to use simple, natural language that you're comfortable with.
And don't forget, listening is just as important as speaking. Don't plan your next sentence while the other person is talking. Focus on what they're saying.
Also, many learners worry too much about making grammar mistakes, but honestly, people care more about what you say, not if it's 100% correct.
So, the key is speak clearly, keep it simple, listen well, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
That's right. Mistakes are part of learning. The more you practice, the better you get.
Next, we'll share some quick tips you can use every day to practice talking to anyone. All right, Anna, we've covered a lot today. Greetings, small talk, questions, body language, and even common mistakes. Now, let's give our listeners some quick tips they can use every day to practice talking to anyone.
Great idea. Tip number 1, use English every day, even if it's just talking to yourself in the mirror or describing what you're doing.
Yes, talking to yourself might sound funny, but it really helps build confidence and fluency.
Tip number 2, find conversation partners, friends, classmates, or language exchange apps where you can practice with real people.
Apps like HelloTalk Tandem, or even joining English speaking groups on social media, can be great places to start.
Tip number 3, listen and repeat. Watch movies, YouTube videos, or podcasts in English and try to copy the way people speak their words, pronunciation, and tone.
That's a powerful way to improve naturally. And tip number 4, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Remember, every mistake is a step forward.
Absolutely. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to talk to anyone.
So listeners, pick one tip to try today. Maybe talk to a shopkeeper, say hello to a classmate, or record yourself introducing yourself.
Small steps every day lead to big improvements. Keep going.
Next up, we'll wrap up with some final words and motivation to keep you inspired.
Well, Brain, we've covered so much today, from saying hello to keeping a conversation going and even handling those tricky moments when you don't understand.
That's right, Anna. And the most important thing to remember is this: everyone can learn to talk to anyone in English. It's not about being perfect. It's about being brave and practicing every day.
Yes, confidence comes from taking action, not waiting until you feel ready. So don't be afraid to make mistakes or sound silly.
Every conversation you have, even a short one, is a victory. You're building skills, making connections, and becoming more fluent.
And remember, you're not alone. We're here with you on this journey, and so is our amazing community of learners.
So keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep talking. The world is waiting to hear what you have to say.
Thank you so much for listening today. We hope you feel inspired to talk to someone new in English, even just a little bit.
See you in the next episode of the English Learning Podcast. Until then, take care and keep speaking.
Bye, everyone.